Hey guys, Coach Jason, welcome back. So today we're focusing on 7:30 per mile, which now you're starting to approach 1:30 for the half marathon. If you double it, you're approaching 3 hours for the marathon. So important benchmarks. Now, 7 minutes per mile, you're just a little bit over, so you're about 131, 130, So it's close. Sub 130 is about 651 to 652, and that's also sub 3 hours for the marathon. So important benchmarks, but this is as close as it gets pretty much to that. And you'll see how you progress from anywhere from 9 minutes down to 8:30 to 8 minutes down below in the description. I have videos already and doing workouts on that. So you can see how workouts progress from one milestone to the next to kind of give you benchmarks to follow. And every 3 videos, I give you 6 new workouts. So at the end of the sequence, I'll be doing 6:30, 6 minutes, 5:30, and 5 minutes per mile all the way through the half marathon. And every 3 videos, you'll have 6 new workouts. So it's 9 total videos. You'll have 18 workouts that you could use at your disposal. And these are workouts that I've used on athletes for a long time as a coach. You might find something here that you find interesting or helpful to your athletes. They kind of apply to athletes who are strong here and weak there, or can use a little bit of variety. It also gives you options so that if you have athletes with certain strengths and weaknesses, you can break them apart into 2 different groups and allow them to do workouts that might help them at a certain time in the season. So a lot of variety here. And as a coach or an athlete, the more variety you have, the better off you'll be, and the better off your athletes are going to be. So I hope you find this information helpful, and especially if you're a coach or an athlete, you just want a lot of good running content and fully detailed training programs. I have them on this channel from 800 meters up to the marathon, all different levels. Hit that subscribe button right now if you haven't, and the bell icon. So I've got 200 plus videos, and I've got a lot more coming. So that's what I'm putting out here. I want this to be the best running channel on YouTube in terms of content and detail. So, and it doesn't matter to me whether you're a 40-minute 5K runner or a 14-minute 5K runner. The content is important. I want to make sure everybody has access to as much training content as possible. Or if you're a coach and you have athletes from those ranges too, I want you to have as much content as possible to help your athletes. So that's the goal. But with that said, let's get over here. I'll show you the 6 workouts. And these workouts have already been here for the 7:30 per mile segment. So if you haven't seen it, it's in the description below. As well as fully detailed training programs for the half marathon. I also have a 10K training segment of workouts and a 5K training segment of workouts, all down below. Okay, so you got a lot of good content down there. So starting today, 7 minutes per mile, it's 130, 150. Okay, so you're just about approaching 130, which, like I said, is an important benchmark. So, but this gives you an idea on how to work towards it. The workout times here are kind of paces you want to build towards. So you're not there yet. It's okay. So, and if you're giving yourself 12 weeks or 16 weeks, whether you're a beginner or advanced, and obviously if you're a beginner, you likely won't be running 7 minutes per mile, but if you're progressing towards this, you have some running experience, so you know the progression, okay? You know what you're building towards, and you're obviously building somewhat of a foundation prior to jumping into more specific workouts. But with that said, let's get to them. Number 1, building towards 12 to 16 times 500 meters, okay? With a 100-meter jog, these are the short reps, so speed development is just as important here for half marathon and marathon. At 10K pace to 5K pace. So 10K pace here is 140. It's about 640 per mile. 5K pace is about 624 per mile, which is the equivalent to 7 minutes for a half marathon. Okay? So you're looking to come through to 400 in those paces. So the 500-meter reps would be done between 2:05 and 2 minutes per rep. You're progressing along the way, gradually getting faster. You can even do 5 at a certain, 5 at a certain, 5 at a certain, or whatever, however you like to do it. But that's the range you want to be in. Okay? So, and again, evenly run, evenly paced, and take the 100-meter jog nice and easy, and then you go right into the next rep, okay? Second one, this is a half marathon progression workout, so if you're giving yourself, let's say 12 weeks, this is something you do every 2 weeks. You're giving yourself 16 weeks or whatever, you're doing this every 3 weeks, or 15 weeks, you're doing it every 3 weeks. So, and this is, the progression here is different than doing a workout 3 times and it being faster each time. This one, you're going more and more and more distance. You're covering more ground at goal marathon pace, goal half marathon pace every time. So that's an important benchmark too. You need to know what it feels like to be at this pace for 7 or 8 miles at a half marathon, just like you need to know what it feels like to be at goal marathon pace at 15, 16, 18, 20 miles. Just as important, okay, but just a different structure. So here, the first time you do it is 2 times 4K, which is 8K or 5 miles of total running, with a 3-minute active recovery at half marathon pace, okay, which is 7 minutes to 6:55 per mile, slightly faster, okay? 2 weeks later or 3, Then you're going to do 5 miles consecutively. You're putting these pieces together at Golden Half Marathon pace. Now you're doing 5 miles at 7 minutes to 6:55 per mile. Okay, 2 to 3 weeks after that, you're doing 2 times 3.5 miles, or 7 miles of total running, with the same 3-minute active recovery at Golden Half Marathon pace, 7 minutes to 6:55 per mile. And then workout 4, 2 to 3 weeks after that, 7 miles consecutively at Golden Half Marathon pace, 7 minutes to 6:55 per mile. And that's how you've kind of built the pieces towards, because a lot of times, and I've seen folks do this, they'll try to do 7 or 8 miles consecutively, and they're not ready for it yet at Golden Half Marathon pace. And I don't blame you. You're not supposed to be ready that early in the season. This is a way of doing it. And also, I've seen people try to do the workout, and then it doesn't get better, so they get discouraged or mentally frustrated. So this is a way of doing it while staying engaged in the workout, not getting frustrated, and gradually building yourself into the fitness or into the progression, okay? Everything's methodical here. So workout 3, 4K, 2.5 miles with a 4-minute active recovery at half marathon pace, 7 minutes to 6:55 per mile. Then we're going to drop down. This is a varied pace workout. Teach you how to kind of accelerate or throw a surge in the middle, at the end, and so on. The next segment is 4 times 400 meters with a 1-minute recovery, but now you're going to do them at 5K to 3K pace. In this case, it's 136 to 133, or 96 to 93 per rep, okay? You take a 4-minute recovery after the last rep instead of a 1 minute. Then you do another 4K. You go back up another 2.5 miles at Golden Half Marathon pace, 7 minutes to 6:55 per mile, okay? Then you take a 4-minute active recovery, and then you repeat that 4 by 400 meters out in the end here with a 1-minute recovery, 136 to 133 per rep, 5K pace down to 3K pace, okay? This gives you some half marathon training and some lower race training, because the speed development is important no matter where you put it. So here, this is a workout that you can do multiple times, progress throughout the season. This one here obviously works throughout the season. This is a really good early season workout. This is a good mid-season workout, and to help you transition in towards more intense training, although this is a pretty intense session by itself, okay? Number 4, this is a good mid to late season workout as well. An 8-mile progression run. Now, depending on where your fitness is, you either have a warm-up and a cool-down, or you're doing this just 8 miles individually and just getting faster throughout the way. The goal is to progress from 90 seconds slower than half marathon pace, which is 8 minutes and 30 seconds per mile, towards actual half marathon pace along the way. The way I see it, I just been looking at it right now, 8 miles, you could break it into 4 pieces if you want. 2 miles at 8:30, 2 miles at 8 minutes, 2 at 7:30, 2 at 7 minutes. So you're gradually getting faster throughout the run, building a little bit of a toughness and a resiliency component, helping to improve your threshold capacity to handle harder work, okay? But it also gives you something, instead of running consecutive miles, sometimes you can tune out. It happens to a lot of folks. Here, every 2 miles is a different focus. You're getting a little bit faster, so helps you stay engaged in the section itself, okay? And it's also a really good preparatory piece for the half marathon. Right? 8-mile progression runs are just like longer ones, are really, really good for the marathon as well. So another important building block right here. Number 5, 2-kilometer reps. I started the segment of this series with mile repeats, and now we bumped it up to 2K reps, a little bit longer. So in this case, you're building towards 5 to 6 of them. So anywhere up to 10 to 12 kilometers worth of running at half marathon pace. You take a 3-minute active recovery, and they're at 6 minutes. So now it's 7 minutes to 6:40 per mile. So you're building towards maybe 10-kilometer pace for the last one, or the last 2 if you can, or just a gradual progression along the way. Okay, and the rep itself in total time is 8:45 to 8:30. That's, you're going to run the duration of it, 8:45 to 8:30. Just like the 500s, you're looking to run 2:05 to 2 minutes per rep. Okay, but 7-minute pace gets you to 8:45. 6:40 pace gets you to 8:30. Okay, so that's workout number 5. And last but not least is the rolling long run. Okay, now depending on what half marathon course you run, whether it's hilly or whether it's or flat, doesn't matter. The rolling long run helps build strength, okay, towards either hilly or half or flat races, but it also helps simulate if the course is rolling. So you get used to the fluctuating pace and the undulating kind of terrain. So it's also a great, like I said, it's also a great building block towards progressively getting stronger along the way. If you have trails or dirt or grass accessible to you, obviously that's really good to do. So I encourage you to do them, or for your athletes. But This is also a great way of complementing some flat running with some rolling running. So if the course is flat, then some of your main workouts, like the 2Ks and stuff like that, should be done on the flat to help simulate the course. Okay, the more you simulate, the easier it is to lock into a goal pace. And the same thing with rolling. The more you simulate, the easier it is to adapt to changing fluctuations. You don't know if the hill is going to be short and steep, long and gradual. Being ready for both is going to help you that much more. So these are the 6 workouts. Let me know what you think. Take a look at the progression also from 7:30 to this, and then take a look at the progression from this to the next one, which is 6:30 per mile, another significant milestone, which I'm going to be doing. You'll see that in a few days. So, and again, hit that subscribe button and the bell icon so you don't miss it. If you enjoyed the videos, please hit the thumbs up. Please share them with other coaches and athletes. I want as many people to know that these videos exist so that they can benefit. I mean, my goal ultimately is to not only make it one of the best running channels in terms of content on YouTube, but to serve as many people in the running community as possible, help as many folks, coaches, athletes, whatever it is. So if you have any questions of a specific nature, you can put them in the comments in the video, or reach out to me directly at blackbeltrunningcoach@gmail.com. I'm more than happy to help. I also coach a lot of people online as well. So if you have any questions of that nature as well, don't hesitate to reach out to me. So all the best, train well, talk to you next time.